status, you bring dishonor to your foremothers and forefathers. The indigenous people of America must define themselves as Moors to be linked to the family of nations. The great and well-accomplished scholar, Dr. Wade Noble, suggests that the so-called blacks, rightfully called Moors, have been psychologically dislocated from their own human space, meaning their human beingness. He gives a partial definition of colonialism as being a process of rearranging an area of resources into something different, where the oppressor benefits primarily, with the most critical part being the rearrangement of the mind of the oppressed and the affiliates of the oppressor. And if you look at the next to the last paragraph of the aforementioned proclamation that was sent out by the mayors of the cities in the Americas, it affirms that the Moorish Americans were mentally enslaved. We were mentally enslaved and need to fight against that mental enslavement. The Asiatic or copper-colored people, same folk, that's us, called Moors, are the human architects and the builders of the foundational governing principles of the planet. We did that. And the great wonders of the world. Look, to name a few, your ancestors, they built the pyramids of Khupta, most say Egypt. They constructed the hanging gardens of Babylon, designed and built the glorious Alhambra, and they crafted the freshwater Great Lakes in present-day America. Those are man-made lakes, helping to hydrate the world. The descendants of this great people are called Moors, and the so-called blacks of today are the descendants of those Moors, and are Moors themselves, who reside on Turtle Island, also known as the North Gate, also known as Northwest Amexem, also known as Northwest Africa, also known as Old Amexem Omak, also known as the Maghrib, Alexis, also known as North America, also known as Al Morocco. You call it America. Bottom line, the Aboriginal or Indigenous or Untoxin or Para-Untoxin people of North, Central, and South America were copper-colored, dark-skinned, initially, Moors, whose descendants are the so-called black people of America. And the land identified as present-day America is Morocco, Africa, and was governed by the Sultan of Morocco. The rightful heirs to that land are the true descendants of the copper-colored people that European found in and on the land when they first arrived. Those heirs are the Asiatic people that some call Negro and others call people of color. These so-called black people, rightfully called Moors, are the de jure, lawful, legal, equitable, and rightful heirs to the largest unclaimed inheritance in the history of the world. You call it the glass pops, America. Let me tell you something. It's a lot going on here. It's so much history that has been taken from you, has been twisted about you, about who you are and who you can become. I need you to trust but verify, putting 10 times more emphasis on verification than you do trust. I need you to realize that you don't have to believe what you've been taught in school. You don't have to believe me. But I promise you, when you look and you dig and you search, you will find that you, Asiatic, you, copper-colored race, you national, you Native American, you American, you Moor, you are the heir to the greatest unclaimed inheritance in the history of the world. Man, pick up the phone and realize who you are. Dial it. You got an option. You got an option. Come on. You're listening to Our Voices Online. The name of the show is Unveiling Truth. I'm your host, Truth Walker. Man, and I just want to scream to you and I want to plead with you. Man, read. Get them old dictionaries. Start studying about who you are and tell your children. Oh, you're more than somebody. You're the original man. You're the one that built the pyramids in Hukopta in Egypt. You're the one that brought knowledge and science and technology to the world. You, the so-called black. You're more, my friend. Simple and plain. Pick up the phone and dial a new number. Again, Our Voices Online. My name is Truth Walker. You're listening to Unveiling Truth. Thank you for listening. Pick up the phone